Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Storm here.
Tom here.
We are watching more of the Orville today. We are on episode 11 of season 1. Getting towards the end. I believe we have 2 more episodes left of the season. Flew by. This has been so much fun, but I think we have a few more seasons after this, so I look forward to that. Last episode was pretty frightening.
Yeah, it was good for the season, definitely. It's something you don't really expect in a sci-fi show,
I love that in a series where you can tell when it aired originally because of the, holiday season, when you have, a Halloween episode or a Christmas special or something. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So very fun. Shall we get into this episode and we'll talk about it after?
Let's do it.
Like our little send-off?
Yeah, we're gonna miss you, Commander.
I'm gonna miss you
guys. Believe me, I wouldn't be leaving if it wasn't such a sweet offer.
Yeah, I guess it's not every day you get to help design a space station.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
A little, but hey, as long as I can sneak a pop or two on the job. Can you imagine?
I shouldn't have said that.
Think he knows yet? No, look at him. He has no idea. How the hell can he not know? What are you guys talking about? We took a piece of Yafit when he wasn't looking. We dropped it in the buffet.
What?
Oh my God, no, you didn't.
Ew.
We're just waiting to catch on. You guys
That
are
might be
so
painful or
hilarious.
something.
Oh, I wish I had the guts to pull pranks. I always think of super outrageous stuff and I never follow it through. You guys should get to know me better because I'm really funny.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, check it out. He's leaving.
What's it going to do if people eat him?
I don't know.
Hey, Doc.
Oh, God, the last person I want to see
This
right
is
now.
awkward.
Yafit, I'm very busy. This better not be a social visit.
No, it's not. I don't feel well.
Oh,
What's
no.
wrong?
I think I lost a piece.
Excuse me?
I feel like I'm missing a piece, and I can't for the life of me figure out where I lost it. Dark, wet place.
Ooh.
I just can't get any more specific than that.
Ooh, that
Mortis,
sounds
What
bad.
can I do for you?
Does someone digest it?
Digestive discomfort.
Ooh,
wait,
he
wait.
never has that.
Okay, have a seat.
Bad prank. I don't
I
know.
gotta go in and get the piece. What do you mean, go in? I mean, go in.
Ew,
I
which
gotta
way?
go
What do you
in,
mean?
make an entry.
I will not allow
you inside me. Doc, help me out here.
Mortis, I'm sorry. He can do it cleaner than I can.
Do
Has this happened before?
Open your mouth.
Oh, no. Ew. I haven't been any closer than this.
Where are you, fella? Ah, dude, it stinks down here. What the hell you been eating?
Ooh, he can
What
smell.
is that, a boot? Ah, there we go. Jackpot.
Great. Now, if you
Oh,
two
gross.
wouldn't mind leaving, this is more weirdness than I can handle in one day.
I'm going.
Thank goodness he came in at the same time.
At any point, did you consider the possibility that what you were doing was stupid?
No, not that I remember.
They're
Did it occur to you
separated.
that Yafit might be upset?
Yes. Is this accurate?
I confirmed it with the Union Central database just to be sure.
He
Ed,
kept something
that
secret.
aptitude rating is through the roof. Aside from Isaac, John is the smartest officer on board.
What?
God, he sure doesn't act like it. I heard about the Yafit thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
calmed him down.
So he wants to fit in. He probably wants to
I'm
feel
gonna
more
talk to John and
normal
try
or
to get the
something.
full story.
He's never shown any indication of leadership ability. He'd have to oversee a lot of personnel.
He's never had the chance. He could surprise us.
Kelly, he fed a guy to another guy. That's not something that Martin does.
Come on, you know those two. Odds are Gordon was the brain trust behind that stunt.
Well, John just went along with it. That only proves my point.
Look, all I'm saying is that maybe somewhere he's got it in him.
Ooh, crap. Hello. How convenient. Oh my goodness.
Captain, with your permission, perhaps Lieutenant Lamar could be of help.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
He won't like it.
Please assist Isaac with his analysis.
Hi, Commander.
It's like, what do you mean? He can't
Wait,
lose
how'd
his
you know?
money.
Isaac!
Hello, Ty.
Aw.
Hello, Marcus.
We got out of school early because of the bumps. You want to go to the simulator and play some space dragons?
Oh,
I am
cute. Did they
currently
do that?
occupied.
What are you doing?
He plays with them now and again?
To run a
Oh,
scan
guess
that's
so.
cute.
of the Orville that came into contact with the anomaly.
Can we help?
No, you You are small and feeble, and you do not possess the necessary intelligence.
I knew he was going to say
Why
that.
don't you just give him wedgies and stuff him in the locker while you're at it?
Please, Isaac.
Very well, but do not interfere with our investigation.
I mean, he doesn't exactly seem that ambitious.
I think he
I
does
have
it
a
on
suggestion.
purpose.
We have a mystery on our hands with this anomaly. Let me put John in charge of the analysis team.
Kelly, it's too...
If he's as smart as his record indicates, then he deserves a shot.
You really feel that strongly about this?
I'm your first officer. Part of my job is to help assemble the best possible staff on board this ship.
All right, we'll give him a shot.
Yafit's
You know,
not
your
going to be
instincts are
happy.
usually good, so who knows?
Hey, you wouldn't be sitting there if I...
Sorry, what?
Nothing. It was a joke.
Oh, she almost
Sound
slipped
like a
up.
joke.
Forget about
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna go tell John. Get the story.
Ooh, that was a big slip up. Oh
Kelly.
no, now they're going to fight.
Did you say something to Admiral
See,
Halsey
he's smart. He gets
to
it.
get me this command?
Oh, crap.
No, of course not.
Oh my God, you did.
Oh, no, he knows.
All
This
I
is so
said was that
bad.
I thought you deserved a chance.
Oh, they-
You went to Admiral Halsey and you asked him to give me command of the Orville.
I put in a good word. That's all I did.
To an admiral who just happened to be close to your father.
That had
Crap, it's
nothing to
okay,
do with
worked
it.
out.
I had spent a year feeling like a horrible person for cheating on you. I also knew I was the reason that you went into your slump. I wanted to help get you back on the right path. I wanted to do something to help make things better for you.
Well, thank God for your help.
You would have gotten a command sooner or later anyway. I mean, you were top of your class at Union Point.
I'm sorry, didn't you just say that I wouldn't be sitting here if you hadn't gone to bat for me?
Oh,
didn't
no,
mean to
this
put
is
it
so
that way.
bad.
And besides, it isn't true.
I guess we'll never know, huh?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
So am I.
Now what? That sucks.
Just when you think things start getting better.
I know.
What do you want to know?
Why you never told me one.
It's in my file. Anyone can look it up.
I know that. But generally, when someone's as smart as you are, they make productive use of it.
Well, with all due respect, Commander, that's my business.
Lieutenant, have you ever studied the history of money?
Not really. I know people used to use it to buy houses and sandwiches and stuff.
Exactly. It became obsolete with the invention of matter synthesis. The predominant currency became reputation.
Yeah?
That's
so,
an incredible
My
idea.
point is, human ambition didn't vanish. The only thing that changed was how we quantify wealth. People still want to be rich. Only now, rich means being the best at what you do.
Not everybody wants that. Some people like to keep it simple. Some people want to go to work, go home, drink a beer, and pass out.
Are you one of those people?
I'm very fond of drinking beer and passing out, yes.
You're on, sir.
Unidentified vessel. This is the USS Orville. Please respond.
Oh. Ew.
Your
Gross.
course is about to take you directly into the path of a spatial anomaly we've discovered. We recommend you change your heading immediately. Garage Kaluga! Anybody speak Horbalak?
The direct translation is, you can shove it up your...
Okay, got it.
Do you wish to hear the rest of the translation?
No, I get the gist. Listen, what's your name?
God, that generation has so many blobberocks.
Blavarach. I promise you we're not out to confiscate whatever's in your cargo hold. We just want you to change course for your own safety. And maybe find a napkin.
I don't take orders from Union goons, and my scanners don't throw any anomaly.
Well, our scanners do. Now change course.
Oh,
Laura, get him back.
Trying, sir. No response.
Well, you tried your best.
Ship is approaching the anomaly.
God dang it. This stupid guy.
It disappeared.
They're better people. Yeah. Oh, how weird. That was really
No
odd.
power signature from the Horbalak vessel.
You never get why in these type of shows they always send their most highest officials on on away missions.
Yeah, they're the most interesting people. Ooh, gross. Well, that sucks.
We have our reasons for considering him.
It's 'cause I'm gelatinous, isn't it?
Oh, no.
You guys can't handle the thought of a gelatinous person in charge of a department.
Yafit, that is not it.
This is so racist, man. You're so friggin' racist.
I am not. I have several gelatinous friends.
This is a bunch of crap, man. This is total crap. Permission to return to duty.
Granted.
Oh, that's awkward.
You know what? There was less crap in Bortus's colon.
Ew.
Then why did she place you in command?
She says it's because I'm smart.
I would be happy to inform her that you are not.
Hey, wait a minute.
Challenge accepted.
The quantum phasing signature of the anomaly does not conform to the universal constant.
Oh my god. It's not a pothole. It's a doorway.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I'm sorry. Didn't you just tell us that passing through that anomaly would be a death sentence? The quantum bubble could protect us from two-dimensional space. We go inside, we hang out, and wait until the krill are gone. Isaac?
It is
Let them follow you.
possible.
Sir,
They might get
the krill
crushed.
have increased
Yeah.
its speed. Estimated time to intercept 14 minutes.
Oh no, you have like no time to decide.
All right, go.
Dang, and that's everyone on board. Wow, talk about a test.
Try it now.
My God.
What? It's like a computer chip?
Kind of reminds me of like Ant-Man with like the quantum universe.
That's crazy. That's kind of cool, actually.
We may be looking at a two-dimensional civilization.
Two-dimensional
Just
life
plowing through all their
forms?
houses.
I know, exactly.
Is there any way we can communicate with them? Negative. Our modes of existence are incompatible.
Then get every bit of scanning data you can.
You can be
Indian
ghosts to
physicists will
them.
be writing papers about this for decades.
That's insane.
I mean, how
Although
could
they're
you
not
not be?
destroying anything.
How could you not be just staring out the window? Okay, he is.
Yeah.
I want you and I to be okay. But you are being a prideful ass.
What are we in a Jane Austen novel? I'm a prideful ass? Why? Because I want to be self-reliant? Because I want to feel like I got where I am alone?
I don't know if your two-dimensional perception leaves any
Two-dimensional.
room for this concept. But nobody does anything alone. We all have people who help us along the way. Sometimes we know about it, sometimes we don't. But it doesn't take a damn thing away from you. So what is so horrible about speaking up?
This is already the worst apology ever.
You know, the reason you are a good captain is that you are great at seeing all sides of a problem, except when it comes to yourself. So no, I'm not sorry that I recommended you to Halsey, because I get to work for a captain that I respect. And I get to see you every day.
That's nice.
Look,
It's very nice.
I know what you did came from a good place. I just have to work this out on my own.
Commander, I am reading a small fluctuation in the quantum bubble.
What is the cause?
It appears the power flow to the...
Crap. Oh no. It's always something bad. Oh no, it's flooding. Was anyone in there?
They're all in there.
I know, but in that one section. Holy crap.
Take
Yeah,
us out.
Brad
Take us
did.
out.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
More space inside than out, like Doctor Who's phone booth.
Or Oscar the Grouch's can.
Or Snoopy's
Jeez.
doghouse, yeah.
The miracles of quantum physics.
Would this pose any danger to the two-dimensional life forms?
No, sir. The cross-section is so small that they will likely be unaware of our presence.
That's crazy.
Who pilots the shuttle?
Well, I would need to be there to keep the field intensity stable, and I'd need somebody to drive.
I volunteer.
Oh, bored.
No, I'll go.
You right? The captain.
If that field collapses...
Kelly, I need to do this.
To prove himself.
John, meet me in the shuttle bay.
See, John, wow, what a test.
Can you check the power relays?
Will do.
Right, good.
Try not to screw that up, too.
Respecting him.
What'd you guys just say?
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. It was Yafit's half-cocked idea that got us into this.
Now you listen to me and you listen good. Yafit's a member of our team and you're gonna treat him that way. He had an idea and I thought it was a good one. I made the decision to go with it.
Ah,
if you wanna
see, you
blame
have
somebody,
quality.
you blame me.
Leadership
It's my
quality.
fault. And now maybe people will believe me when I say I am not a commander. Now get back to work.
Good job. Oh, he stuck up for Yafit. Very nice.
All right, let's do this.
Let's get flat.
Sorry.
That's so cool. And that's taking up more energy, so do they have less than 20 minutes or however long it's been?
Well, I don't know.
Here we go.
Science! Woo! Looks
Field
fast.
stable. If we get out of this, I want you to be my new chief engineer.
Will he take it?
Are you really sure about that? Kelly was right about you. She was right about a lot of things.
Oh god, I hope we get out of this.
Commander, the quantum field is destabilizing.
How far away from the aperture?
3,000 kilometers.
Oh no. Whoa! Okay, looks like both made it.
We made it. Lieutenant, what's our position?
348 Mark 914. Not too far from where we were.
It's a shuttle.
Alora, hail the shuttle. Bridge to shuttle, do you read?
Shuttle to bridge.
Oh jeez.
We're okay. How's the ship?
All in one piece.
You may want to get a cleaning crew in here when we get back to the bay.
Please just throw up.
See you guys soon.
Yay.
Maybe
Well, that
we
was
should install
definitely
bark bags.
exciting. Yeah. And pants. Always new pants.
Yeah.
Come in.
I behaved like a whiny little bitch. When the fact is, I should have just said thank you. You helped put me where I belong. And if I ever doubt my fitness to be captain again, I'll remind myself who's got my back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the feather, Dumbo.
It's so nice. I love these endings. They're so good. They're wholesome. Oh! Ooh. That was nice.
Don't get your hopes up.
I know. She seems a little confused about that. You know, because I wanted them to get back together, but their friendship has been so good that I kind of just thought that's how it was going to be. But
There's a new boss in town, and his name is Lieutenant Commander John Lamar. You guys ready to step it up?
wow, he took the
Okay,
position.
boom. Now, if we can increase engine efficiency to 97% by the end of the work week, we can all take off early and get wasted. Sound good?
Woohoo! He's an awesome
Just stand
boss.
there, snap to it.
That's great. Maybe they found out a way to, like, make alcohol not so bad on your system.
Oh, I doubt that. It seems to
Yeah.
have the same effect.
Yeah. Oh, I'm proud of him. Go, John. Woo! I love these little, not even little, big surprises that, wow, he has this huge position now, and he was such a goofball for the longest time, and I always liked John and Gordon together, but now, like, and I'm sad that they're apart, but hopefully they can still hang out on their free time, which I'm sure they will. But it's very different when your best buddy leaves the job, you know? Like,
Yeah.
at my old job, I was so sad when some people left. It's, like, life-changing. It's like, no! But they're in the same ship, so they'll see each other for sure.
Well, you develop like a level of comfort, you know what I mean? And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden that comfort's just gone.
Exactly, and you'll get used to it, but it is a sad change. It really is. But I am proud of him. I think this is going to be great. I mean, he saved everybody.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like, he has the smarts, and apparently, according to him, where he used to live, I guess they didn't. They were so simple that people who were smarter, they were always frowned upon because they were different. So he hid all that.
This is silly, but I love the movie The Croods. Cracks me up every time. And I was thinking of Grug. Big words anger me. Like the fact that they had this guy who was smarter than Neanderthals, and it was just funny. So I kept thinking that quote during this
But it's
episode.
essentially like that, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's he got so used to just being simple and not having anybody rely on him and stuff that he just got used to it. But at least now he's given the possibility to expand and show them, develop himself, but also show to his fellow shipmates that he can actually get the job done. And it's like we saw at first that he was kind of sketchy at first because he's never been in a. He's kind of making a big jump from just being a regular officer to somebody in command.
Yeah, chief, like that's crazy. That's intense.
So you're making a big step. So you're really taking, you're not. Most jobs, like when you try to step up, you go up a chain. You go up a ladder. He's making a huge step. He's taking a big leap. But he apparently has the knowledge. It's just let's see if he can get the street smarts to go along with it.
And he does have leadership skills. Like, it really showed here. And I really thought it was maybe a confidence thing, wanting a simple life. And I agree, that's not a bad thing. I love having a simple life,
At first it was a confidence thing because he knows stuff, but he's never actually put it to use. You know, especially in an environment where he's the boss and everybody has to look up to him. So he knows that every decision he makes is going to be, like
there's still a lot of pressure.
It's going to be his fault. Well, like the whole thing with Yafit, he told him that Yafit had a good idea and he decided to go with it. He made the decision to say, yes, it was a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So like you said, if you want to blame anybody, blame me. So that's taking the blame for every decision because essentially it was your decision.
He had a lot of confidence there too, and it was really true to heart. I love that scene where he stuck up for Yafit and hearing these other, officers like complain about him, and I was shocked to see that. I just didn't expect it, but that does happen in the workplace, unfortunately. And for John to hear that and stick up for Yafit and take the responsibility, that was awesome.
Especially Yafit's reaction to possibly not getting the position, because we've all been to a work environment where somebody gets promoted over somebody else, and that somebody else gets kind of upset because they feel like they were more qualified than that person, but you don't really know exactly how qualified somebody is until you actually see them in action.
Yeah.
If they do the job great, then that's perfect. They were the right fit. If they don't, then they will get cycled out. They will get let go or demoted and replaced by somebody who can do the job.
Yeah. And I like that idea where, Kelly's saying, I'm supposed to make sure that you have the best of the best to their capabilities.
Well, she's right. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the first officer. You have to make sure everything's running to peak efficiency, and by doing that, you got to have the proper staff.
Yeah.
But then again, if Gordon and John both didn't do that stupid mistake at the beginning, she never would have looked up his file. Mm-hmm. And then never saw what she saw, and then he would have been overlooked again. So, in a way, in an odd way, it's kind of a good thing he did something stupid at the beginning.
Yeah, and I mean, they have a large crew too, and I was like, well, how do they overlook something like that? But he's probably because he's so easygoing that you wouldn't think twice about his file. Well, I mean, so it does make sense that could be overlooked.
If you look at it in a broad spectrum, there's a lot of people on the ship. Exactly. You can't look and memorize everybody's profile.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to be a navigator, let them be a navigator. If there's if they're not showing any ambitions to go up the chain or to go to a different department, there's no real reason to look at their file.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how people get overlooked. It's like if they're comfortable staying where they are, then that's where they're going to stay.
Exactly.
So
I agree.
It's good that Gordon is a dummy and did something stupid, and he was involved with it too, and that's how,
I love them together as goofballs, and it makes me sad they're separate now, but
I'm sure they'll still hang out, though. I mean, I don't think they'll be completely separated.
Yeah, I hope so. And, doing some, really dumb pranks like that, they are really funny, and it reminds me, I never did pranks, of course, not like that, but nothing extreme because you don't want to get trouble at the workplace, but
You only get trouble if you get caught.
Yeah, I did a couple things that were actually quite funny and made my coworkers laugh so hard they were crying, but I don't know if I should really share it or not.
Yeah, probably not.
But and then it was terrible, but it was really freaking funny. But yeah, I love the workplace. My last job was just amazing, and I worked with a whole lot of people, and we had a really good camaraderie and just.
The workplace usually works better if everybody gets along.
Yes, yeah.
And even having jokes and everything, as long as you don't draw the line, you don't go over the line. It's
absolutely. There was one time one of my friends, we were always very close, and we were extremely professional when we had to be, but there was one moment where my friend kind of like lost it, and sometimes like she'd quickly like smack my butt or something. No one would see it besides the employees, but and at one point she kind of got too crazy with that, and she went up to one of her bosses who was bent over, and she had a big behind, and she smacked her butt. Oh, that was bad, because my boss turned around and cussed her out, and I thought she was going to lose her job then. And my friend's face, oh my God, she was so red in the face, and she's like, I am so sorry. She goes, I don't know why I just did that, and but luckily she just got yelled at, and that was it. But she came back to me, my friend, and she goes, I just treated her like one of us. I just didn't think anything. She was just like bending over, and it was right there in front of me, and I just started laughing. It was actually quite funny, but that's
it's funny
like
now,
harassment.
but at the time it wasn't.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. If she decided to go any further with it, then she would have been probably going.
That was pretty bad. I mean, like, I get like how funny that was, and this was many years ago. Not saying that it was good to do then, but she understood that she did something wrong. We were having fun, and it went overboard.
If you think about it too, it's kind of along the same way. Feeding Yafit to Bortus, I mean, not directly, but feeding him to somebody else is kind of pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's way beyond. Yeah, that's awful.
Well, I mean, Yafit was pretty pissed about it. I mean, you can tell, but that's kind of with Yafit though. You can see how mad he was, and that's kind of why he was so negative against John when he was considered for the position, because he's like he's an ass, It's like, why are you trying to promote this guy who did something so stupid to me?
I know.
Over me, who's next in line.
Yeah.
But then it looked like Yafit was coming around, because he seemed kind of down when he came in and said, "Hey, I wanted to see if you guys needed any help." I think he kind of felt pushed aside because his idea didn't work, but John's idea did work. So I think he kind of saw that he has potential, and and John sticking up for Yafit just kind of sealed the deal. So I think it
did work out. I really like that, how everything worked out in that way, and I really did feel bad for Yafit. I could really understand where he was coming from, and that prank again was very dangerous, because if Bortus, like, thank God it was Bortus, I guess, that was digesting him.
Bortus has an iron stomach, so that to affect him says a lot,
Yeah, because if a normal human had eaten Yafit, they probably would have died. If he just had upset, like, whoa, like, that's unheard of in his species, so that's like really not good.
Well, they're lucky that Bortus's whatever enzymes break down stuff didn't actually start deteriorating it, and actually if Yafit lost the piece,
what happens?
Yeah, what happens?
He was not feeling well with it missing, like, once it's gone.
I'm sure eventually he would have adapted, but I think it would have been a long, painful,
It's like losing a limb. It's probably worse than that, because it's like part of your DNA, because he's gel. Like, I just feel like everything's like
she mentioned
intertwined more.
She mentioned that does it become conscious when it's separated from you? He goes, well, yeah, kinda.
You can feel a dark place, like a warm dark place or something.
He's still connected to it, but it is kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird.
It's really weird. So it probably would be worse for him.
Booger.
It's like worse than losing a limb, maybe. Maybe it's like, you're never going to be the same again.
It seems like it's part of your conscience. I mean.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. I love the different aliens and all the mysteries and freaking space, like two-dimensional space. I thought that was so cool. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I thought going through this pocket, it was just going to be black. I didn't think we were going to see anything. And to have like this beautiful, colorful world, and everything is super flat, exactly how we would envision a two-dimensional world, I guess. Like, you think paper thin, and a computer chip. It looked like a computer chip. So to have something where, even though that is like what happens on Earth, like how you build a computer chip, like everything's like related in a way. So down to the basics of making, I don't know, like I thought it was a cool idea on how it looked just like a computer chip, and it was super colorful, and it just kind of made sense to me, and I just thought that was so fun to see this other world and to ask all these questions, because Ed always, like, he's a great captain, he's a great leader, and he's always asking the right questions, which I love seeing, and he's like worried about his crew all the time, but then he's worried about this like two-dimensional space, like, are we damaging anything? I mean, that's what the Orville's about, but he truly cares about that.
That's what makes him a good captain, and that's what Kelly saw. Mm-hmm. And then that he was always, now he was doubting himself because of what he found out that Kelly did. But Kelly's not wrong. She's absolutely correct. Throughout your life, somebody sticks up for you to get to the next position or next spot or
Yeah.
whatever your life event is. Somebody's going to help you along the way. You can't do it all by yourself. Somebody has to see you or recognize you and suggest you to the next person, so they can actually see you for what you are and and what you're doing. That's just how life is. But sometimes, hearing it or finding out without knowing it's kind of like a shock to you. Like, well, I thought I did it myself, but apparently somebody else stuck up for me. That's how I got here. But I can see it kind of being like a hit to the ego.
Yeah, I
But
can see
at the
that.
same time, it's like he did finally realize it. But it's a natural thing. It's like she's not the only person in the world who stuck her neck out for somebody and saying
Yeah.
he would be a good fit. Just give him a try. But
Yeah, I agree. And I feel bad. I see both point of views. And Kelly, she was honest. She didn't tell him initially like why he got the position, but I'm glad she did slip up and they kind of worked it out for the better. Thank goodness. And Ed going through all those emotions, I totally understand that. Him being that upset and not being secure, like he's very insecure and doesn't have, he's unsure of himself. So to build up that confidence again, and you are right that he and Kelly keep putting themselves in harm's way like every episode. And that's what makes it fun though, because they're very interesting characters. They're the main characters and we always want to see the main characters involved in a mission. But it is true. Like they're always like putting themselves
But
first
it's like,
before everyone else.
you're in charge. Yeah, it's like captain and first officer. It's like you guys are in charge of the ship.
Yeah.
It's like you both can't be going on away missions at the same time, and it's like, especially the captain. The captain should be the last person to go on an away mission, unless it's a diplomatic mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm going to go on a tangent about that too, but but I do see why Ed had to do that, and then that secured himself and was like, okay, I can make these calls. And
that particular spot too, it's like I can kind of see that too, because you're running two important, ships that kind of connects to each other. So it's like he's got to be in the front to kind of make the last second calls, and of course John's there to help implement it. But then you have Kelly in charge of the Orville. So you still have your number 1 and 2 people running both ships.
Yeah.
Because at this point they're tethered together, so they're technically still one ship.
I love that idea. That was
that to me is acceptable. That's an acceptable. That's not an away mission, so to speak. That's trying to get one ship back home.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like when they go, like when they, when that mercenary ship went through the doorway and came out the other side, it's like right away, Ed goes up onto the ship. It's like, dude, you don't know what happened. Why are you going and putting yourself into this position when you need to be in charge of this ship? It's like I have feelings about that.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I do see that for sure. And going back really to Ed and Kelly, like I understand their positions and I really appreciate like what Kelly did and I can understand why she did it. I just wish she did say something sooner. And Ed, yelling at her and saying all these things about his own insecurities, like I totally understand that as well, because like he thought he got it himself and now he had to prove it to himself. So anyways, I'm glad they worked it out, and that was very wholesome at the end when they apologized to each other and and they understand and thanked each other, or at least Ed thanked Kelly, and
Yeah.
that was sweet. So I wanted to go back to that topic real quick about the higher ups, like the captain and first officer, always putting themselves in harm's way. As a show, like yes, I get like if this was real that you wouldn't do that. Like you're on a ship, you say like
well, I mean, if Ed sends Kelly on a mission, like he puts her in charge of a mission, that's fine, because if it's a high priority mission or if it's something that's very important, it's good to have a strong leader go. But
Yeah.
the captain should be the last person to go. The captain of any person should be the last person to go on.
Yeah,
Just a
down
regular
with your
away
ship.
mission, especially a dangerous one that you don't know what's going on.
Exactly. But I think for like the show, it looks better when they put themselves in harm's way because they care so much about their crew, instead of being like, but I get what you're saying, absolutely, but seeing the boss go first means that, oh yeah, they really care about us, instead of saying like, I'm the boss and facts are I got to stay here, so you guys go, because we don't even know your names, so you guys go.
I mean, and I can see that point
too,
but
it doesn't look good, but
when you're in like a military structure, though, you understand that the person at the top has to take a step back so he can look at the entire scenario and run everything from different different areas. That's why you can send like your first officer, if it's that important. You can send your first officer to go do the away mission and take care of that. You take care of that. I got to focus on the entire scene.
I 100% agree.
The ship is, that's just the way it normally works. But I understand for television, it's more dramatic to have the captain go and stuff. But
exactly, yeah. So I'm agreeing with. But you. Even like realistically, you have to do it a certain way so things happen and you win. But in this case,
even like in like
there's better balance.
To compare it to Star Trek, let's say, most of the time Picard would send, and this is Next Generation, Picard would send Riker on an away mission. He would send his first officer and his second officer, Data. They would be usually the people that would go on away missions, and then whoever they would need, they would take with them. But very seldom did the captain actually go. I mean, he did go on away missions, and it wasn't always ideal when he did, but he was usually the last person to go on a mission, unless it was absolutely necessary for him to be there.
Yeah.
But speaking of Star Trek, I do have another comparison.
Do tell.
In this episode. So the promotion of John to chief engineer reminds me of I think it was season 2, when now there's some spoilers here if you guys haven't watched Next Generation. It's been out since the 80s, so it's your own fault. Anyway, at the middle of season 2, they lost one of their security officers, who was one of the main characters of the show, Tasha Yar, and that made everybody get replaced and get promoted, and Worf became chief security officer, but their chief engineer also left the show, so they had to replace their chief engineer, and they chose Geordi LaForge, which at the time he was also the navigator as well.
So they were influenced by that.
So it was kind of a similarity where Geordi was the navigator first, but then he became chief engineer, and then now John Lamar did the exact same thing. He had that big step from just being a simple navigator. But see, John was a lieutenant going to lieutenant commander. Geordi was a junior grade lieutenant going to lieutenant commander. So he kind of did that another jump. But anyway, besides the nerdy stuff.
I love that, though. I'm so happy I'm watching this with you so you can compare Star Trek to this. It's so fun. I love it.
Seth MacFarlane is a huge, huge, huge Star Trek fan. So there is going to be a lot of influence, crossing over, but he does it in a unique way, because when it happened to Geordi, it just happened.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, next episode, he's in a gold uniform. He's chief engineer.
Wow. Okay.
But at least with John, you had a development of his character, saying this is why he became chief engineer, because he was really suited for the job instead of somebody already in engineering.
That's awesome. And I really love that too, because character development is everything to me. And I like actually just spending time with, new changes and stuff. And this is a big deal. So to actually have a whole episode on it, and again, with all the characters, because even Alara, Bortus, like we've been seeing episodes just involving them and what they're going through. And I just absolutely
you
love
tend
that.
to really bond with them more, because like Alara is is freaking fantastic.
It's all good.
Part of my language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she is great. Yeah,
she is amazing with her strength and her abilities, but she's also a good officer. But you also see the humanoid aspect of them, where they also have self-consciousness. Where their self-confidence is wavy at points.
Mm-hmm.
There's parts where they
doubt.
They doubt themselves. But that's with any species, I would imagine.
A lot of, again, in this world or universe, a lot of aliens, people are similar in anatomy, similar sizes. Like,
well,
no one's
they're
super
human.
huge.
They're humanoids, so they're all shaped like humans. Might look different, but they're all have the same,
similar features. I mean, some things are dramatically different, but
we're all a bunch of meat sacks.
Yeah, because it would be harder to all be on a ship and someone be like 15 feet tall, because you're not going to have people fit there, or people are going to step on other people. Think of like different, but Zootopia with all the different animals. You have mice to elephants, and it's like the size difference is so extreme that it's like really hard.
Right.
It's fun when you get creative, but it's just a very different way of making a show. And it would be a lot harder and a lot more special effects kind of thing. So, but yeah, so a lot of them have a lot of similarities, and even Bortus being so, what do you say, like not so much emotion, he still has emotion. Like everyone can relate to a certain extent. So yes, I think most people would doubt themselves on this ship.
Yeah, and even with Bortus, so you can tell that he can get a little insecure about certain things,
Yeah, so there's a lot of similarities.
Well, like the whole thing with Yafit going in to retrieve his own piece, it's like he's like, no, he's just like, don't go in there.
I know, and then he just storms out. I like how he does that, like he just can't
he hides
himself.
it very well. He hides it very well, but he does have it.
You can tell that he's uncomfortable. You can tell what he's feeling.
Oh well,
sometimes.
yeah. I mean, and that's not the first time we've seen him uncomfortable. I mean, the whole thing when his daughter's son was born. That's the same. You can see the same. You can see the pain in his eyes and stuff. Even though he didn't show it so much.
Oh yeah, that bothered him.
It was
greatly.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. So I think we'll end it there, guys. This was a great episode again. I can't wait for the next episode. I think that's the finale of the season. So thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to read your comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Toodles.